When I was younger, I kept having this dream where I would be on the top floor of my school building, and the side of the building that I would be on would start to tilt downwards. And what I had to do was run to the other side to try to balance the building and prevent me from falling. But when I reached the other side, it would also begin to tilt on this side. And I kept having to run back and forth, trying to balance the building. But each time I ran back and forth, the building would start to tilt a little faster, making it harder for me to run until eventually I couldn't keep up and I fell to my death. Now, most of you may be wondering what this has to do with corruption. Let's say that the building is the country. Me, I'm the good, hardworking people of the country. The first side of the building that I was on are the corrupt people, and the other side are the consequences of the corrupt people. Now, most good, honest, and hardworking people of the country are like me, trying to find a balance between the corrupt people and the consequences they bring. Consequences like loss of jobs, deaths, etc. And more often than not, unfortunately, these people end up falling off to their financial, political, and sometimes physical death. And what's sad to see is that other times, these people decide that if they can't beat it, they'll join it. And they join the side of the corrupt people. They join this side and make it harder for the rest of the good, honest, and hardworking people of this country. Because corruption is like a virus. It invades a body, a country, and it keeps growing by converting the good and healthy cells into a virus like it. And now what the president, what the anti-corruption units do at this point, try to stop the corruption. And they do a good job at it. But sometimes, instead of actually stopping the corruption, they start stopping the consequences of the corruption. For example, this country, there are times when we, instead of trying to fix a problem of why we have potholes in the road, we just cover the potholes, we just remake the roads, instead of finding out what caused those potholes and trying to stop it. That is an example of a temporary solution for a permanent problem. Yes, some potholes have gone for now, but they will come up again because the root cause of this hasn't been solved. You cannot treat an infection in a plant without cutting out its roots if you don't want it to infect the whole bunch. So now, what I believe that we as a country, we as a good, honest, hardworking people of this country and the country itself should do is try to fix the side which started to tilt first. Try to find these corrupt people. Try to put a stop to them and try to make sure that they stop doing this. You put them behind bars. Place fines on them that are so heavy that they will know there are consequences for these actions. So that will lessen the bad. So if we get rid of the people on this side, if we get rid of the corrupt people here would naturally lessen. Because while if you try getting rid of the consequences only, while yes, it may relieve some of the burden for a while, the people who caused it are still there, so that burden will come back again, while it gave the corrupt people time to grow when you believed that corruption had stopped. Because unfortunately, that's what we see happening. People believe that corruption has reduced only because the consequences, the effects are treated. But I don't want a country where this virus, this disease is constantly growing under the noses of our own people. I want a country where we actively fight to stop it, where we actively fight to destroy the corrupt and stop the build.